Good meeting, everybody. It's MicheleMarieDalene. It is the 26th of November, 2015. It's happy Thanksgiving to you and your family and friends. And, of course, today I can see I washed my hair. So, it's still a little on the damp side. And, anyway, it needed cleaning. Trust me. It was, I had a big snarl cloud of hair in the back. I had to work that out. And I don't really have anything to talk about today. Oh yes, free coffee coming in the midnight. So yeah, I want to go back and get some more, probably a little bit. Today, as I said, we celebrate Thanksgiving, and for some of us who don't have family, we're entering for many a dark time of the year for us. We usually try not to think about the fact we don't have family, but unfortunately, I'll be honest with you, say it, I do think about it. I hear your cat, because. Let's take his ear. He's stuck at wax. I'm gonna have to get some hydrogen peroxide in here. This is really, really gross. Yeah, I'll take your ears later. He's got something in his ear that's causing his ear to produce a tremendous amount of earwax, and I'm not sure what it is. I keep planning to get him down for a service check, and, well, unfortunately, there's really no budget to do that. So, unfortunately, my poor kitty is not been getting service yet. So, I'm definitely going to get him some service, find out what's causing the wax buildup in his ear. Anyway, the most important thing I want to talk to you today about is that, as I said, for those of us who don't have families, this is a really tough time. I have to be honest, I say that I do wish to God that my extended family would take the time to at least contact me. The few I do have. I don't know why they have chosen to remain so aloof and so distant. I know that Mother God and Father God are with me, and that's always a blessing. This is let me, And the thing is I agree with Michelle about that, the family business. It would be nicer if their relatives would at least send her an email or a phone call, But just know what we're going to talk about today. As I mentioned in my last video with you guys, I, had planned on getting a BlackBerry, and I did get a BlackBerry, and it's gonna be here as soon as the seller ships it, which is in New York City. So he's the only owner before me, so it's not like it's been kicked around in the resale market for a while. Now, the first thing is I contacted T-Mobile, and they said, well, you got to send them for BlackBerry data services. Okay, so, well, what plans have that? They said the Simple Choice $50 plan. I said, interesting, considering the fact that was one of the plans I was thinking about signing up for anyway, which is true. But the problem is that the Simple Choice data plan is... well, how do I put it? It's $50, and this month it's not going to happen. Now, maybe next month, I don't know. My budget is still up in the air. I still got a lot of loose ends to tie up. A lot of loose ends down here to tie up called flap. Yeah, that too. We got to work on weight, because I put on a lot of weight over the year, especially during the summer. In the yellow house, and all the stress and all the bourgeois and all the crap that came with it, living over there in a place with other people that were doing the wrong things, which unfortunately tended to stress me because their way of seeing the world and dealing with the world was very different than my own. So, and of course I came back here October 15th. I was very happy. I'm still happy to be home because it's a great thing. I'm looking forward to it. But unfortunately for me, I haven't really been doing a hell of a lot around here because I got the 3 phone lines put back in. I got the data phone, the internet moved back over here. And still pretty much as I was doing. Now, of course, I have to deal with the sad reality is now, of course, I voluntarily gave my Section 8, so it means that I have to pay $700 a month rent versus $296. Actually, it was going to go up to $312. So it would have not really saved any money, really. Except now, of course, I'm free to go look for some gainful employment. I don't have to worry about the carrot and the stick of housing anymore. That's dealt with. Okay? But what is not dealt with is the sad reality that I gotta take care of all these bills myself. I don't have a family to contact and ask for assistance. So it's very difficult when you're a lone wolf because there's nobody out there to save you from your own stupidity or lack of stupidity, whichever the case may be for you. So everybody has to basically figure it out themselves where they're going to go, what they're going to do, what their next steps in their life is. Now, because of that reason, the way the BlackBerry Bold 9600 works with the BlackBerry information system, I have to consider upgrading my cell phone plan. Because, you see, it needs a data plan, which I don't have. The data plan does not exist in the $3 a month plan. I probably could get one of the monthly or one of the weekly data passes, but that ain't going to do me any good either, because it needs to be authenticated with the, my SIM number has to be authenticated with the BlackBerry software to work. So the software in this case is T-Mobile. It's not, in my apartment or anything like that. I mean, seriously, I could buy the same software if I was a business corporation and I wanted to have an in-house data network, but that's not me. So, that's something that I'm not going to buy. See, that's the only reason why BlackBerry is so successful. Security, because the security is controlled from a central data server. So, that allows them to really tightly lock down things so that, the simplified business is just like the popularity of using what they call thin clients in business as well, and some applications where the internet or the internal technology department, the IT guys, lock down certain things in your browser so you can't go to certain sites or things like that. It's the same thing. It's controlled through a central server. Unlike an iPhone is not controlled that way, which sometimes can get you into a heap of trouble because of the fact is that iPhone, compared to a BlackBerry, is wide open. So, even though someone say it isn't really, trust me, it is. Put a dud SIM in an iPhone, and you can still use it to make do things like make phone calls and things like that. But I mean, through Google Hangouts, Google Voice, you can use an iPhone to do that. But BlackBerry can't do that. BlackBerry is definitely a lockdown platform. Which is one of the reasons why businesses like it, because it is a lockdown platform. It simplifies for them, keeping everything consistent. And even if you think about it. That's pretty useful information. Okay, so anyway, when the phone comes, we will put a SIM chip in it. Which one I put in, I don't know yet. I'll probably put in my working SIM, but then I have to upgrade it to the $50 a month data plan to make it work with BlackBerry support which is $50 plus tax. There is a 30-day prepaid plan, or I could always upgrade to a postpaid, but then again, it's going to cost the same price, and so it's not going to really make much of a damn difference either way. Except with a postpaid, you get stuck with potentially with, it's going to be a bill that's going to come every month, and if you don't have the money to pay the bill this month, well then you are seriously screwed. Okay. Now, what does that mean for the home phone? We talked about that briefly in the vlog. Let's be honest. There's no one using the home phone right now, except me. And honestly, there's only one line being used right now. That's much. The other two just kind of get used on occasion. So, the question is could we drop some home phone features, home phone lines, in order to get the $50 a month plan so I can use a BlackBerry? Yeah, I suppose I could do that. But right now, like I said, my life is kind of up in the air, so I'm not really particularly in the mood right now to change things until I have established what we call baseline. The baseline in this case meaning that we know exactly how much money we have, we know how much money we spend, we know where it's all going to. Once we know all that, once we know where we're spending, where all the money is going to, we can do something with that. Okay? That's the way it works. Okay? That's the way it works. You gotta set baseline before you start changing everything. So what could we do? What could we do to lower our profits to expenses ratio or increase it so we have more money in our bank? Well, first of all, I looked into replacements for these light fixtures here in the studio, these 300-watt monsters. I checked to see what alternatives were available for me. And I'm sorry to say that the alternatives are more expensive and failure prone, as some people pointed out. One of them is these new LED light fixtures in the standard IP65 case. The problem is what size? A 30 watt, 50 watt, or 100 watt? Well, you look at the lumen output on some of those lights, and some of them are really not as bright as you'd think they would be, because basically a rule of thumb is that a LED light bulb get 10 times more lumens or 10 times more brightness per watt than an incandescent bulb. So a 30 watt LED is equal to a 300 watt incandescent. It's not necessarily true. It's not necessarily false, but because of the fact that the bulbs are so, the technology is Chinese made and it's cheap Chinese made, and as Big Clive pointed out on eBay or on YouTube, some of the LED power sources are not properly rated for the LED circuit. They're undersized. So in other words, for a 50 watt LED, you might find a 30 watt power source inside. That would make sense why some of your lumens brightnesses are lower than you expect. But even if you did have the right size power supply, other people pointed out that some of these companies, these power supplies are known to be failure prone, and nobody wants that. Not me, not you, So how are you supposed to deal with a failure prone LED power supply? Sure, you can replace it, but you just spend, in this case, let's say you spend $50 for a light fixture, to replace 2 incandescent light bulbs, and now to find out now you have to go ahead and spend another $20 approximately each for 2 replacement power supplies to go inside the new light fixture you just bought. And that's kind of over the top. Another thing too is these bulbs are bright. Okay, these 300 watts are bright. Okay, but because it's not concentrated on a small square, it seems like it's a lot less bright. And I can show you that my eyeballs are telling me they're bright. Okay. Now, by the way, the right and left eyes are holding their own. They're not consistently doing as good in the wintertime. I think part of it is environmental in addition to the cataract. I don't think it's just the cataract. But I noticed that in the certain temperatures, certain moisture in the air, my eyes degrade. And certain times when the air is drier, my eyes have a harder time. That's probably because they dry out and they get sore. Maybe I gotta blink my eyes more. I don't know. Anyway, the point is that that's the reason why that's one expensive purchase that really kind of sure. You know, if you could get a good working 50-watt light fixture, you get 2 of them for, say, if you're lucky, $50 each. That's $100 for 2 fixtures, which I don't have. And then I still need 2, so that's $100 for the 2 fixtures. Plus, I need to put on the power plug on the end, or plug in the ends, because a lot of them do not come with the plug. And either way, here's another thing that's scary. Even if it does come with the plug, the scariest thing of all is a lot of these light fixtures are not even earthed. They're supposed to be earthed, but for some reason, China doesn't bother earth them. Why? You gotta earth the damn thing. Why don't you earth the damn thing and save us a lot of headaches? Or not kill us all? Or is that your intention, China? Mm-hmm. Kill your customers? Well, China does a lot of stupid things, but not following common sense. Electrical code should not be one of the first things you consider doing to kill off a whole bunch of people. So I don't think that's going to work. But compare the price, initial outlay of fixtures. These Bayco reflectors I'm using right now, you can get them for about $13 each at Lowe's, and that's just a rough number. It's not absolute number. You might be able to get them cheaper tomorrow on Black Friday, but okay, whatever. If that's where you want to go, 300 watt bulb, swing is 300 watts. They can go for about, I've seen them as low as $350 a piece for 750 hours. And these are the clear ones. They're not the frosted. I was going to buy the frosted. I ended up buying the clear. Anyway, you can buy these bulbs. So for about the price of $20, I have a light fixture that comes with a cord, a reflector, a light bulb, power plug, the clamp to mount it onto my wall. That is removable. The other one was designed to be attached more permanently to the wall. And it can be adjusted and swiveled in a variety of directions. Oh yeah, it gives a bonus. It gives me a little warmth. Especially useful until I get my thermostat rewired right. And then after that, I don't think the warmth will be as much of an asset, but you'll never know. Compare that with the LED light fixture. 1, does not come with a plug on the end. 2, does not come with proper earthing. 3, comes with an inadequate power supply for the LED unit itself. So it doesn't give as much power as it could. This inadequate power supply also can fail, which of course makes it even more of a waste of money, because now you basically are getting a power supply that's too small for the light source in mind. It could probably come from China. It's probably the butt ugly. Yeah, they kind of are butt ugly. Okay, they're bigger. The 100 watt versions I see are almost as big as the 300 watt reflectors that are in here. But the problem is that they're also extremely heavy. And because these can be mounted in a variety of angles, just make this fixture a little more advantageous for some things. Oh yeah, they definitely do not suffer from flicker. I did not mention that. These light bulbs, incandescent bulbs, do not suffer from flicker. Which I shoot in PAL, so with the American lighting, the flicker rate really isn't quite as noticeable. But if I was to shoot under higher speed shutter settings, I shoot the standard, what's it, 50th of a second? Because remember, you got fields, so it's actually doing odd and even fields. But alright, so basically what it means is, okay, so I think I'm shooting at about 25th, yeah, I think it's about 25th of a second. Yeah, alright, 25th of a second. So as long as I'm shooting at that speed, that means the shutter is slower than the U.S. power flicker rate, so you might not see the flicker as much. Okay, you might see it, but it's not really as obtrusive. Now, compare that with if I was doing the opposite. Let's say I had an NTIC camera and I had to be using an LED light source that's wired to a European 50 cycles per second power supply. You're going to see that flicker in your video. Okay? It's going to look very, very noticeable. Because you're just going to see it. Okay? But since I shoot in PAL, my shutter speed is slower than the US flicker rate. If you see any flicker, it's very quick, it's very fast. It's not, but again, that's in the slowest rate. What if I was shooting in higher speed shutter settings? Say I'm doing high speed television, or my high speed basketball game or something. I'm watching a game, I'm playing on the full court, like a high school game. All of it, and they got mellow halide ceiling fixtures. And you may not notice, but there is flicker in those things. Well, yeah, you're going to see it. You're going to see the flicker in the game, in the picture, because that's just the nature of the beast. And it's not going to be much different if it's NTSC or PAL. You're still going to see the flicker in the video. If, on the other hand, you're shooting a video under other light sources, you might not notice as much. So what it came out to me okay, it's not going to make any sense for me to go with LED lights, because unless I can find... Now, these LED, I got one LED light fixture in here right now. It's in the ceiling, which is right over in the ceiling fixture in my center of my room, because the CFL finally called it quits after all those years, so I just changed it out with the LED bulb I had to spare, and it seems to be working fine. Now I gotta get like 2 more bulbs to replace the other 2 sockets, but they only go into 800 watts, so it's not really as bright as I would like it. But it certainly is better than the CFL that are replaced. There's no mercury involved. There's no poisonous chemicals. So, yeah, that's a definite consideration. Keep your light clean. Keep your fixture clean. Very, 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 probably the most thing that I want to make sure to highlight again is because of the holidays, is that a lot of people are going to be having a lot of hard times with the finances, and I'm certainly not the only one. But there will be some... I saw a newspaper article, a registered citizen, that was talking about budget. It says it was talking about a political budget for one of the towns, but I think the headline fit me perfectly well. Budget. What was that? It says something like budget resolutions soon to be in sight. Meaning that he was talking about that the budget was going to be balanced soon. As people worked out the budget, I said to my friend Judy, he said, yeah, that sounds like my life. Sounds like my own personal budget. I'm working on a resolution. I'm resolving the issues. It's just going to take a while before I can go ahead and truly say that my budget is all good. But it also means that until that time, there's going to be a lot of pain as I have to deal with the realities around me. I think what? Oh, wait a minute. How much money are you going to be paying at PayPal this week? PayPal? No, I meant first Premiere. I think I am about 30. You think? I think I have to check. But what were you thinking? Well, I was thinking is you're working hard to solve your budget. You're trying to solve the situations, and I know that sooner or later you're going to want to buy another, buy that data plan, and yet you're trying to figure out where to save money. Where do you think the biggest place you could save money right now is? You mean there's electives? Yeah, electives. Okay, places I can call an elective. Well, right now I think the biggest elective at this point I have is the home phone bill, which is probably where I could probably make the most changes. Obviously, I can make changes in my electric consumption, but the problem is the electric bill was running a little high because of they had the heater on and all that, but also because I'm like a month behind. So I gotta try to straighten out the bill, but you're putting money away in the bank too. Yeah, that's right. And that's gonna stay in the bank. That's the whole idea of putting money in the bank. So I can put some money away so I can pay some bills, and I can also have some money for a rainy day fund. Right. Well, you gotta get your hair done this week. Oh yes, that reminds me. Yes, the 3rd. Okay, 3rd, I'm gonna get my hair done. Gotta get it trimmed up. It's growing out again. Yeah, I'll take care of that in a couple days. So, all right, guys. Look, I'm gonna let you go, but here's the deal. I want you to enjoy your Thanksgiving. I want you to have family, and friends. Be thankful you have family and friends to have Thanksgiving with, and enjoy yourself. Easy on the eggnog. Don't get yourself too blitzed out, okay? And we'll talk to you in a couple days. And as soon as the BlackBerry comes, we'll see what we can do with it. Which right now, given the fact that it doesn't have the BlackBerry data on it, it's probably not going to be able to do a hell of a lot. Except maybe I can learn how to use my thumbs to get myself back in the condition to using a keyboard again. That'd be cool. Yeah. Alright, so that's it for now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, bye-bye. Hey, did you know there's a lot more going on right now at our websites? Are you watching all 4 of them? If not, check them out. There's a list right here. We got 3 YouTube channels and 1 audio-only channel for your enjoyment. So come on, dig in and see all the stuff we do here at the North American Snow Queen Palace.